Mr. Sutter with the next editing tutorial for green screen editing in the grade 9 orientation trailer that we're doing. Again, we have our main project here on this template sequence up here that we picked long ago at the start of the project, and we've got our green screen sequence where we're just adding the two clips. I'm just going to open up this video 3 so I can see the thumbnails. There we go, and I'm going to make it a bit bigger. You notice that I can scroll. If I'm in the upper half of this pane, there's the separator there. I can scroll to go up and down in tracks, both in audio and in video. So if you do need to scroll up and down, you may need to. I don't need to see much of this pink. I'm going to make that track smaller. Like so, because I just know that it's pink and that's all I need to know. I've got an extra track in between my actual video, which is right here, and my pink that I've placed underneath. And I've got this blank one. That's where we're actually going to put the background visuals, but that'll happen at the very end. Before we do that, now we have to take care of cutting out the green. And how are we going to do that? Well, we've placed our pink color. Again, that'll help us actually see when the cutout is looking really good. So the next thing I need to do now is click on the video. Let me just scroll over a bit so we can see the thumbnail. Click on the video. It selects audio too, but we're ignoring that. Click on the video with your selection tool, and then you're going to go into the tab called Effects. It's right here. Now, if you don't see that tab, Effects, you go to Window, there's Effects, and just put a check mark beside it, or Shift F7, and you'll see the Effects tab. Okay? Now, there's a search box here. I'm going to click in that search box, and remember I had all this garbage, I called it, up here at the top of the frame. That's a flag to prevent light bouncing into the lens of the camera. It's there purposely so we can show you how to deal with it. Also, I said that these black lines are going to be a problem. This is how we're now going to deal with that problem. We're going to get rid of the garbage. Just think of it that way. Get rid of the garbage. As Jack Armstrong, the announcer for the Raptors, would say, get that garbage out of here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go into the search box of the Effects tab, and we're going to type in the word garbage. Garbage. Now, in my case, I've got the first little drop down here says presets. I'm going to close it. This is a whole bunch of pre-stored, pre-saved stuff from years gone by. We're not going to use any of that. You're just going to start to type the word garbage, and GAR usually does it, and it brings you to Video Effects, Keying, and then in Keying we have these things called 8-point garbage matte, 4-point garbage matte, and 16-point garbage matte. And essentially the difference is the number of adjustment points we have. We're going to use the 8-point garbage matte for our editing because it'll give us enough without too much. So we're going to select 8-point garbage matte, we're going to click, and we're going to drag that effect now onto the video that we're editing. So it's onto the actual video, not on the pink, but onto our green screen video, okay? So Command Z once again, click, drag, and drop it. Let go and drop it. I've added that effect. Nothing's happened. That's because right now up here we're looking at the source monitor. I now need to see effects controls. And that's where any effect that I add is going to show the settings for them under this effects controls. Okay, and you can immediately see, oh, there it is, 8-point garbage matte. Click on it and look what I get. All these little nodes here. Okay, but I can't see the bottom one. So what I'm going to do is go to the screen size here, and it says fit right now, so it's filling this screen. I'm going to click on it and go to 25% for this next step. Bam, there. Now I can see all 8. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 6 plus 2 more is 8 points. It's an 8-point garbage matte. Point meaning adjustment points. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play the clip and see, does he move his arms? Let's see. He doesn't really move at all. It doesn't look like he's even moving, but he is. He's talking. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is get rid of the garbage by taking these points, and look what's happening. I'm dragging these points, okay, to get rid of that black line. And hey, look at the top. I get rid of that flag at the top too. The top one, it needs to come down just a bit. Okay, I'm going to take the top left, drag it in a bit. I'm going to take the middle left, drag it in a bit. And I'm going to take the bottom ones off the bottom of the screen because that'll help out. Now, Here's what I call this. Don't get too greedy when you do this. What I'm doing is saying to the program, ignore everything else in that shot. The only green you're going to have to worry about is the stuff that's contained now in this shot. I've made it easier for the program and for me for adjustments when I eventually start cutting green out. That's all I've done. But you can't get too cute. You can't get too greedy. You can't take, for example, your points and drag them so close that like, oh, I'm going to outsmart everybody and do, like, it's just not going to work. Leave yourself a bit of space to work with. Don't get greedy, as I call it. Okay, get rid of those black lines. Get rid of the stuff that's going to be a trouble for sure. There's the flag. Got to drop it down. And I should be good there. Okay, so I've set my 8-point garbage mat. Now, you notice how when I clicked on the word 8-point garbage mat, I get the nodes. Right now, I don't have the garbage mat nodes. I have to actually click on the word garbage mat. The other way to adjust them, and you're not going to do this because why would you? We're going to work smarter, not harder, is you could, see there's all 8 points. I could click and drag and oh, look, I can adjust everything, a little bit at a time. Command Z, I don't want to do it that way. Do it manually, click on the word garbage mat, drag them all in. I'm going to just not get greedy. And make sure now, after you've done that, you've created the area that, defined the area that you're going to cut the green out. Scrub along your timeline and make sure the arms don't move, the head doesn't move, that everything about him, you can even play it in real time, stays inside. Let me just blow that up so you can see it. There you go, it's a little bit too big there. Go to 50%. See that? All of his actions are staying within my mat. And now, oh, look it, I've got a problem. It's a good thing I did that. See that black line? That's going to be a problem. Drag that in a bit closer. Again, you would play the clip so that he doesn't move outside, because otherwise his hand's going to get cut off or his head's going to get cut off. So now it's not playing there, it's delaying. There we go. There we go. He was hesitating a bit. Good. So I know his motion's all staying inside the garbage mat. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm going to take that garbage mat and look at my second clip. Oh, I haven't cleaned it up yet. What I'm going to do, again, working smarter, not harder, I'm going to go to the 8-point, garbage mat. I'm going to right-click it, and it says Save Preset. Click it, and then I can give it a name. I'm going to call this Samir Tutorial for my purposes. You're going to give it a name that's meaningful. You might even put your own name there so you know that it's your preset that you're saving. I'm saving those settings from the first garbage mat like so. Okay, again, it was right click, save preset, give it a name that's meaningful. Cancel. And now look, under effects, hey, look under those presets now. There's Samir right there. 8-point garbage mat. I've done all the adjustments on the first clip, and if the second clip is similar to the first clip, I should be able to take that preset now, drag and drop it to the second clip, and as long as his motions, again, don't fall outside of there, and as long as the camera hasn't moved and all those black lines and everything are gone, look at that. Look at how quick that was. I've now applied the 8-point garbage mat to both my intro clip and my extra clip. That's what I'd like you to do next. Again, how did I do it? I went to Effects. I typed in the word garbage, G-A-R. Forget presets for now. You find it there, 8-point garbage mat. Click, drag, and drop it. Don't drop it a second time. Watch what happens. If I drop it on that first clip a second time, look what it's done. It's added that effect twice. We don't want that. I just did it for demonstration purposes. Okay, we've got one version. There it is. Then we right-clicked. We saved it as a preset. It drops into our preset list here. We then took it and dragged it over and dropped it on the second clip. And now we're ready to start to apply the green screen effect. So that's the second stage in green screen. I'd like you to do it. It starts to expose the pink, and you can start to see how handy that pink will be because we can start to see where the errors will be once we cut out the green.